Yeah, man, say all praises and honor unto Yahweh. Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Greatmillstone. Shalom to all the brothers and out there across the world, pushing and teaching this truth in all sincerity and all honesty. And also, shalom to the few sisters that are out there. Yeah, this is a brother from James, Jamaica camp. Yasha, man, man, touch upon this video I saw, brother them sending in the group. Greatmillstone is the #1 camp. Who warn you about the M.O.T.B. And that's very, very true. And the little time come into this truth, when you have so much information like now, right? When you've been hearing the apostles and elders and down been speaking about this thing for years, over a decade now. Been hearing the apostles speaking about this device. Brothers across the world, right? Even out in Jamaica, have been speaking about it for years. Right? I hear people scoff for years, but now we're actually living in the time when this prophecy has come to pass in full effect. This is the time now. Right? These devils, they are running out of time. And this is the time when I'm going to make this thing become mandatory because it's a major prophecy. We have to take place, before we can get delivered from this wicked society. Right? But this is the time we've been saying it. This is the time. We have yours right now. Clear as day.
And when this cometh to pass, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them, that microchip is coming, and you all will regret for not listening to prophets of Greatmillstone. We're there now. Did you see what Sam Altman said yesterday? He believes we are now at the singularity. That's when everything changes. That's when everything, you're pulled into this vortex you cannot reverse, and it's going to compound faster and faster and faster and faster. And Sam Altman just said, we're there. Elon Musk said we were there about 6 months ago. If we're there today or tomorrow or in 6 months or last 6 months, it's here, gang. And it's going to get harder from here. Zuckerberg told investors that a person without AI glasses may be at a significant cognitive disadvantage against the people they work with and compete against. Why? Why? You're at a disadvantage. This is what Ray Kurzweil said about taking a chip. I said, I don't want a chip, Ray. He said, Glenn, everybody will have a chip. I don't want the chip. But Glenn, you can take the chip and you'll be able to speak any language. You'll be able to access who you're talking to, who's on the street. You'll know because you will be one with the internet. And I said, I want to be just me. I don't want that. For me to be one with the internet, it also requires that I not only can get uploads, but it will take downloads as well. No, he said, Glenn, everyone will want it. You will be, excuse the language, it'll be as if you're retarded. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it.
Just like what the scripture said. Right? So even Glenn actually, I speak about what the scripture actually say, or what John and the island of Patmos actually say and write down. Right? He said no man not gonna be able to survive in this without this device, in this new system or this digital system that you see these countries worldwide moving rapidly to bring forth. This is the time. As I mentioned, scripture said. I'm going to start Revelation. This is Revelation 13. Let's start at verse 14. Say, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. Who deceiveth them? Right? These elites. Right? The men them that, behind the scene, pulling the strings. Deceive them. Deceive all these people. Especially, our people, which is basically the so-called Negroes today, Latinos and Native American, Indian. You're going to deceive them. 2020 was a test run, coming up to when, we started to push out the juice. And see how people, all who trust in the system or believe, in this way of life, how much of them, willing to, give in and take the juice without any question because them trust the system or them trust their leaders, right? But this is the ultimate trap. This is basically what, the scripture speak about, right? Say, in Revelation 3 and 10, say they speak about the hour of temptation that come upon all the world to try them, right? So this is the device that scripture actually speaking about, right? Continuing, Revelation 13 and 14 say, he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, right? I know the miracle go back to the Greek, Samayan, I think, which means to transcend the common course of nature. That's the reason why, they're pushing this technology, this AI thing so much. Right? They want to merge, man with computer. That's basically what they're preparing right now. As Glenn are going to in the video mentioning about, people are gonna be retarded without having it. Because they're gonna make it become mandatory. Just like what the scripture say. So you're gonna see him left out. But the scripture tells us we're not supposed to take this device. Because if you take it, you're gonna get destroyed. Right? By the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Right? So the beast back then was the Roman Empire. Fast forward to now, the beast is NATO. You see him style and using same custom. Just like back then you have the Roman Empire, they have the plebeians, the Patricians. Fast forward to now, in America you have the Democrats and the Republicans. In America is the whole that riding the beast. Right? Certain countries, them have the same, system. Like how you have back then you have Roman Empire, you have certain provinces. You have certain country following the same system, even out here in Jamaica. Going back to even the Senate House. Right? Because they are follow after the same model of the whole Roman Empire. Same custom, right? Say, which had power to do, which had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to the beast that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. And what is the image? The image is a system, this digital system, this new world order plan. One of the main part of their new world order plan is basically bring forth a digital society or a digital world, everybody can get hooked up to, the smart grid, right? So that's basically the image system. To the beast, which had wound by a sword and did live, right? Going back to the Roman Empire. So now we now live in our the revised Roman Empire. Says Rome all over again, right? They're following the same structure as Rome all over again. The scripture says what? Not no new one in the sun. Says Rome all over again. Verse 15 says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cast that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So all who don't want to be part of this society, this new way of how things are done, because very soon we're going to have an economic collapse, right? Because we are, this current way of how things don't have to get done away with faster, rapidly, in order for you can move to this total digital system. Everything can basically be monitored or tracked. So very soon, we're going to have an economic collapse because that will happen. And these men, they are running out of time. That's the reason why they are moving so fast. They are running out of time. Right? Verse 16. And he caused it all, both small and great. So you're going to cause everybody. They want every single body to get on board with this new system that they're putting in. Right? To take a device. Because ultimately that's basically what all is going to lead to. People taking a device. Just like where Glenn mentioned in the video. Right?
Won't be able to function because everyone will have it. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it. This is the product pitch from Zuckerberg. That's the threat delivered as a forecast. Wear it or fall behind.
Exactly. Just like the scripture said. Right? Say, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, charagma, right, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark. So nobody now will able to survive or do no business in this new system that they're preparing right now. We don't have to take a device. That's ultimately where we're going to lead to. This is what John saw on the island of Patmos. As Glenna mentioned earlier on, John already saw it. What about to take place in the near future. So we're actually reading what will take place in the near future. This is what they ultimately going to lead to. What John saw. Right? So he say, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So now if you survive, if you don't take the device. But according to what written in the scripture, if you take it, you're going to get destroyed. That's what the scripture says. You're going to get destroyed if you take it. Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and the number is 603 score and 6. Going back to the Kaisai stigma, right? So this modern day mark, as scripture referred to as the charagma, the C hip, right? CHIP, right? The strip actually is a new mark, or the modern day mark. But they're basically planning to use in order to basically mark their basically product, them slave, right? Mark them slaves. So it's a modern day mark for basically show ownership, who you belong to. So these elites, they are planning to basically brand you with this device. That's ultimately what it's gonna lead to, right? According to the scripture. So seeing Glenn mentioning all these things, right? They are preparing now. And they have a very short time, just like what the scripture says. So they are moving fast. They get this thing fully up and running.
The threat delivered as a forecast. Wear it or fall behind. Wear it or fall behind.
And there's only one way to truly escape all, these things, because scripture speak about the hour of temptation that come upon all the world to try them on the earth. But the Lord left a way so we can escape all of these men about to do right now. Right? It's Psalms 37 and verse 18 says, the Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. So when these men, these devils, or these elites make this M.O.T.B become mandatory, the Lord gonna feed us here. Right? Because if you have faith, as a brother, that's a big faith. Make it true the days them ahead. When these men make this thing become mandatory, as John saw it on the island of Patmos. No man now even buy or sell without them have this charagma. But Lord making a way so we can escape it. As scripture say, we're not gonna be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine we're gonna be satisfied because the Lord gonna feed us here. Revelation 3 and verse 10 says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell on the earth. Right? So Lord gonna keep us during those days when it's to become monetary worldwide and people giving in. Lord gonna keep us. Just have your faith. So you're gonna take a lot of faith to make it through the days to come. Right? So that may I say all praise and honor unto Yahweh Hashem and Shai Hashem Kodesh. And double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Greatmillstone. Shalom again to all the brothers and also to the few sisters. Yeah, shalom.